Good evening. Happy Monday, 27th of October 2025. Welcome to my channel Akool Saral Jyotish, Astrology Simplified. I am Akool, Astrological Author, Analyst, researcher, philosopher, and astrology teacher. Today I have come up with yet another very important and interesting astrological topic for discussion and for learning. The topic is Parivartan Yoga in astrology. Parivartan Yoga in astrology. Let us first understand what the Sanskrit term Parivartan means. Parivartan means exchange. Parivartan, exchange. In Vedic astrology, Parivartan Yoga implies the exchange of zodiac signs between two planetary lords. Parivartan Yoga strengthens the mutual interaction and rapport between the two planets involved in the parivartan of their zodiac signs, making them more congenial and harmonic towards each other. I shall make all doubts of Parivartan Yoga clear through examples. There are many doubts about Parivartan Yoga. How a planet can go from one zodiac sign to the another momentously due to Parivartan Yoga. It is not possible. Whatever I have narrated so far is possible. I will explain. Over 99% of the astrologers misinterpret Parivartan Yoga. I will explain everything with example and also give a detailed account of the Parivartan Yoga, most in a scientific manner. Suppose, it is an example, suppose in a horoscope the ninth lord is Mercury in Cancer. Ninth lord is Mercury where it is in Cancer, and 10th lord is Moon in Gemini, which means the Moon is in the sign of Mercury and Mercury is in the sign of the Moon, which will strengthen their bond of mutual relationship since they are in each other's sign, each other's zodiac signs. In the example case, the 10th Lord Moon is in the 9th house and the 9th Lord Mercury is in the 10th house, and this mutual bond of relationship between the 9th and the 10th Lord will form Dharma-Karma-Di-Pati Yoga. Dharma-Karma-Di-Pati Yoga. Because Mercury is in the 10th house Cancer ruled by the Moon, and Moon is in the 9th house Gemini ruled by Mercury. So their relationship will automatically be strengthened because they are in each other's signs. That much only. Moon is not going to occupy this thing. Cancer, and Mercury is not going to occupy this is Gemini. They will remain in the same sign, but their rapport, relationship will increase, will strengthen, not increase, will strengthen, and will give result in equivalent result as that of combination and mutual aspects, will give equivalent result as that of combination and exchange. These are the two most powerful combination. One is mutual aspect, one is conjunction in the same sign. There are only two relationships, mutual relationship between the planets. Either they will be in conjunct in the same sign, or they will be in the mutual aspect. These are the two strong relationship, and Parivartan Yoga also gives such a strong relationship when one planet is in the zodiac sign of the other planet, and the other planet is in the zodiac sign of the another planet, because they have become dependent now. They have become dependent on each other, so they will give good result. It is not that Mercury will run to his sign Gemini and Moon will run to his sign Cancer. It is not that. Many astrologers doesn't know. 99% of them do not know how to interpret Parivartan Yoga and come with this thing explaining the people. Let them face me how planet can momentously change their house sign from one to another by breaking the transit rule. Transit rule is scientific. How by breaking the transit rule a planet can go from one sign to another? It is impossible. It is impossible and it is impossible. They don't know interpretation, so they do like this. Understand? Let us now take another hypothetical example. First, let us understand Parivartan Yoga. Otherwise, if our basic is weak, how will we understand what is Parivartan Yoga? Our basic should be very strong. Let us now take another hypothetical example where, it is an example, where John and Shyam are two friends. John is a US national and Shyam is an Indian national. John has his residence in the USA, and Shyam has his residence in India. But John works in India and stays in the house of Shyam. But John, who is an USA national, stays in India and works in India and stays in the house of Shyam. And Shyam works in the USA and stays in the house of John. Shyam works in the USA and stays in the house of John. And John, who is an USA national, works in India and stays in the house of Shyam. So, it is an example of exchange, Parivartan. So, it can be presumed that the bond of relationship between the two friends will further be cemented as they stay in each other's houses, and they will take due care of each other's houses in mutual interest. Because John will take the care of the house of the Shyam, since Shyam is in the house of John in USA. So both of them will maintain the house properly, and they are already friends, and then their relation will be further cemented because they are in each other's house. They are not in their own houses. They are in each other houses. So their relationship will be stronger for mutual interest also. Because John will upkeep the residence of Shyam in India, and Shyam in turn will upkeep and take care of the residence of John in USA. And they will take due care of each other's houses in mutual interest. This is exactly how the results of the Parivartan Yoga manifest. Parivartan Yoga does not imply that the two planets involved in the Parivartan Yoga will shift to their respective zodiac sign, which is impossible. As per the planetary transit rule. I am again clarifying with an example. You understand it better. Otherwise, what is the use of making advanced study if there is doubt in the preliminary stage? At the preliminary stage, if there is doubt, if you cannot understand what is Parivartan Yoga, what is the use of learning about advanced version of the Parivartan Yoga, or going advanced, or of knowing or of going deep into the Parivartan Yoga? There is no use unless you know what is Parivartan Yoga. It is the basic. Suppose, another example, suppose Mercury is in Aquarius and Saturn is in Gemini. How can they jump to their respective signs by breaking the normal transit rule and their normal transit residency period in a zodiac sign, which is impossible and cannot happen in the Parivartan Yoga? And over 99% astrologers interpret this aspect of Parivartan Yoga wrongly, that in Parivartan Yoga the respective planets go to their respective zodiac signs, which is a wrong approach. How we see, just think, just imagine, Saturn is in the zodiac sign of Saturn, the slowest moving planet, Saturn, which takes 2.5 years to complete transit of a particular zodiac sign of 30 degrees, Saturn. And Mercury also takes nearly 28 days to complete a transit of a particular zodiac sign. Suppose Saturn is in Gemini in the sign of Mercury, and Mercury is in the Aquarius in the sign of Saturn. The astrologer will tell the Saturn has gone to Aquarius and Gemini, and Mercury has come to Gemini. How it is possible? How it is possible? How Saturn can jump from Aquarius to Gemini momentously? From going from Aquarius to Gemini, you just count Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, then Gemini, 5 signs. How many years it will take? 10, 15 years. Going by the transit speed of Saturn, normal transit, 15 years. How it can jump to Gemini? And for Mercury to come to Gemini, it will take similarly many months, several months. So they don't understand and they wrongly interpret and mislead others. Saturn has gone to the sign of Saturn, and Jupiter, Mercury has gone to the sign of Mercury. Is Parivartan Yoga? Is it possible? Whether they can go? I question them. as per transit rule. Whether they can go? No, never, impossible. Challenge you. It is impossible. The wrong approach must be admitted as a wrong approach without any hesitation. Means the wrong that in particular respect planets go to their respective zodiac sign, which is a wrong approach. The wrong approach must be admitted as a wrong approach without any hesitation. The rapport between the two planets involved in the Parivartan Yoga may increase since they are in each other's zodiac signs on the lines as explained by me above. I have given three examples. From which you can understand. Their rapport increases because they become dependent on each other for mutual interest. That is impossible because you are in my house and I am in your house. So both of us will take care of the other's house in mutual interest. And that is a relationship. You will ask me, how is my house? I will ask you, how is my house? You will say, no, I have kept it properly. I have set it properly. No problem, don't worry. And there is a rapport in mutual interest. That can be. Now, let us understand Parivartan Yoga and the tentative results of Parivartan Yoga in steps and bit by bit. Now, after this thing, removing confusion and knowing what is Parivartan Yoga, we can now try to understand what is the result of the Parivartan Yoga for predictive purpose. Parivartan Yoga between a Trikone Lord and a Kendra Lord gives favorable result. Trikone Lord and a Kendra Lord gives favorable result. Remember it. Number 2, Parivartan Yoga between the 2-3 clouds, 6, 8, 12. 6, 8, 12 lords are the 3 clouds. Also gives favorable results. They are named as Harsha Yoga. Parivartan of 6 lord with 8 or 12 lord is Harsha Yoga. Sarala Yoga. Parivartan of 8 lord with 6 or the 12th lord. And Bimola Yoga, Parivartan of 12 lord with 6 lord and 8 lord. These are the Parivartan Yoga. Harsha Yoga, Sarala Yoga and Bimola Yoga. These are Parivartan Yoga. So these also give favorable results. Parivartan Yoga between a Trikone Lord and a Trik Lord gives moderate results because wherever the Trikone Lord will go will make that house favorable, and wherever the Trik Lord will go make this house damaged. So at least you will get one-sided good benefit of the Trik house because the Trikone Lord has gone to the Trik house, and it will ensure that good result, favorable result of the Trik house should come to you, should pass on to you. Every house has positive and negative qualities, including the Lagna, 9th house, 5th house. Everything has bad qualities as well as good qualities. Parivartan Yoga between a Trikone Lord and a Trishadaya Lord also gives moderate result because of the Trikone Lord. Parivartan Yoga between a Kendra Lord or a Trik Lord on one hand and a Trishadaya Lord on the other hand gives the worst results. Parivartan Yoga between the third Lord with any other Lord promote Khal Yoga, wicked yoga. It makes a person wicked in respect of the significations represented by the other Lord. If the third Lord is in Parivartan Yoga with the 10th Lord, the person will indulge in wickedness in his profession. For example, now see, Trikone lords are 159 lords, are always auspicious, Trikone lords are always auspicious and benefics. Kendra lords, 4, 7, 10 lords are neutral. Trik lords 6, 8, 12 are also neutral. The second lord is also neutral. Trishadaya lords 3, 6, 11 are inauspicious and malefics. Only Trishadaya lords 3, 6, 11 lords are inauspicious and malefics, whereas other lords are either neutral or auspicious. Trikone lords are always auspicious. Lords of your Lagna, 5th house and 9th house, they are always auspicious. Others are neutral other than Trishadaya Lord, 3rd, 6th and 11th Lords. So, I explained those things accordingly. You have to remember all those things, otherwise you would not able to put it into application while analyzing the horoscope. You can revisit the video, all these are in the written form and you can note down notes, or you can give a pause to the video and note down. Let us now examine the horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi, who has 3 pairs of Parivartan Yoga in her horoscope. 3 pairs means 6 planets involved. For Parivartan Yoga, at least 2 planets are required. And when it is 3 pair, it will be 6 planets. Means majority of the planets are involved in the Parivartan Yoga. 6 planets out of 9, bearing 3. It is the horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi with Cancer ascendant. Saturn is in the Lagna in the sign of Moon, isn't it? Cancer is the sign of Moon, and Moon is in the 7th house in the sign of Saturn. So there will be a Parivartan Yoga between Saturn and the Moon. But Saturn, how just think, those who teach us that Saturn has gone to his own house and Moon has gone to his own sign. Is it possible? How many house difference are there? Saturn, how many years it will take for Saturn to reach Capricorn? Just count 7 times, means 14 years, and then 3 years, around 20 years it will take to reach from Cancer to Capricorn. 2.5 years, 2.5 years, 2.5 years, 7.5 years, 2.5 years, 2.5 years, 2.5 years, 14 and 15 years, then it will reach to, after 15 years Saturn will reach to Capricorn. How they say the Saturn has gone to the sign of, has gone to his sign Capricorn and Moon has gone to his sign this thing Cancer. They have not gone, but their rapport has improved because they are dependent on each other by residing in each other's houses. So there is a rapport between them, and it is the Parivartan Yoga between Saturn and Moon. So What will be the result? It will give the result of its lordship. Saturn will give the result of 7th house, and Moon is a Trikone lord. Saturn is a neutral lord for 7th lordship. It is a Kendra house, na? Saturn is a Kendra lord, so a neutral lord, and Moon is a Trikone lord, being the Lagna lord, so the results will be good. It is a Parivartan Yoga between a Kendra lord and a Trikone lord. Result will be good. This yoga, this Parivartan Yoga gave her the name and fame. Because, why name and fame? Among the public, why? Why name and fame among the public? Ask whoever come to you and explain. Because the name and fame will come, because 4th house is the house of public, and from 4th house, if you count the 7th house, it is again the 4th house. From 4th house of public, 7th house is the image of the public. So it helped increasing her image, making her image, public image, better. This Parivartan Yoga. And she was in fact a leader of mass appeal, MASS, mass appeal, because of this Parivartan Yoga. Because you have to this thing count what is there. For being in the Parivartan Yoga involving 7th house is not good for marriage, as far as Saturn is concerned. Is not good for marriage. Her husband died early, but if you analyze it from the 4th house, from 4th house, the 7th house is the Bhavat Bhavam house of the 4th house. And what is 4th house? 4th house is the house of public, and from 4th house, the 7th house will indicate public image. And it helped her in improving her public image. She was a very popular leader, everybody knows, for 15 years at least, for 3 terms, since 1966. So, you have seen. Then I will explain. There is another Parivartan Yoga that I am going to, that is also good. See, Mars is the Yogakaraka, 5th Lord and the 10th Lord. Mars is in the sign of, is in Leo in the sign of Sun, and Sun is in Scorpio in the sign of Mars. So there is a Parivartan Yoga between Sun and Mars. That means it doesn't imply that Sun will go to Leo and Mars will come to instantly come to Scorpio. It is not possible. There is no scope. It is against the transit rule, which is most scientific in astrology. It is against the transit rule. Mars, who is 1, 2, 3, 4 houses away from Scorpio, how it can come momentously to fulfill your personal agenda of Parivartan Yoga, and how Sun would able to go reach this thing 10th house away from Leo. It takes 1 month to complete transit of single sign. It will take 10 months to reach to Leo. So don't touch to befool anybody. If you don't know something, try to learn and then teach. Through analysis. It is not for my viewers. This is a hint for others who interpret yogas like this. So let it be. If you believe them, let it be with them. If you don't believe them and believe in scientific and logical conclusion, logical interpretation, come to me. So, Mars is a Trikone lord. Being the fifth lord, it is the Trikone lord from the Lagna. And what is Sun is the second lord, is a neutral lord. So this exchange is favorable. Fifth lord and second lord, it will give him dhan. Dhan means wealth. It is a wealth yoga. It is a wealth yoga. The Parivartan Yoga between second and fifth lord is a wealth yoga. Means dhan yoga. It generated wealth to her. It is favorable. It will give name and fame also. Now let us see another pair of Parivartan Yoga. Jupiter. Jupiter is in Taurus in the sign of Venus, and Venus is in Sagittarius in the sign of Jupiter. So there will be Parivartan Yoga. Then what is the Parivartan Yoga? Venus is the 11th lord, a Trishadaya lord. And Jupiter, what is Jupiter? Jupiter is Venus is 11th lord, a Trishadaya lord. And Jupiter is the 6th lord, another Trishadaya lord. So result is not going to be good. It will give a mixed result. Trishadaya lord, 6th and 11th lord. What will give? It will invite you competition in your life, and you will lose your mental peace. Competition in life. Big enemies, but big enemies sometimes are very good indication. Because who gets big enemies? The big person. Who gets big enemies? Big person. Means there is an assurance that you will be a big person. Mukesh Ambani will not come to us to confront, because he is a big person. With whom he will confront? He will confront with his contemporaries like Adani, etc. Mukesh Ambani will not confront you, he doesn't know, because we are too small in comparison to his wealth, and he doesn't know us. So we don't have big enemies. We common people have enemies among us, small enemies, but he will get big enemies. This yoga will gave her big enemies, means big political leaders, like leaders of the CPM party and other party, which were active at that time, which were active during her time in politics. And competition, stiff competition. It will, this thing, snatch away your mental peace. It will snatch away your mental peace. But it is an indication of going to a indirect indication of becoming a famous person. Because you will get this thing, this thing, what is called enemies of at the higher levels. People at the higher levels will be your enemies. So it is there, and it will give you diseases also. Sixth house is the Bhavat Bhavam house of the 11th house is the Bhavat Bhavam house of the 6th house, and 6th house is the house of diseases. And this kind of exchange will give you diseases also. I just interpreted the positive thing. That is, he will get big enemies. Big enemies means enemies belongs to the high status enemies, not small status enemies like us. We encounter sometime, not often, sometime. So let us narrate. Parivartan Yoga between the Lagna Lord, the Moon, and the 7th Lord, Saturn, which gave her the marriage as per her choice. It is given. Which gave her marriage as per her choice, besides a good public image. The 7th house denotes public image, since it is the Bhavat Bhavam house of the fourth house of the public. Parivartan Yoga between Mars, the fifth and the 10th Lord, and the Sun, the second Lord, which gave her name, fame, and status. Parivartan Yoga between Venus, 11th Lord, and Jupiter, 6th Lord, which gave her diseases and gain through competition. It was a mix of favorable and unfavorable Parivartan Yoga between the two Trishadaya lords. I have narrated the result. What will be the result? She will encounter big enemies, means enemies who are of high status, not of small status. Strong enemies, because 11th house also represents enemies, being the Bhavat Bhavam house of the 6th house of enemies, and diseases also. So, I think by now the concept of Parivartan Yoga and its application in the horoscope for predictions has become clear to the learned viewers. I think beyond that nobody can explain. Beyond that nobody can explain in the video presentation. I always try to explain everything crystal clear with the help of horoscope, practical horoscope, real life horoscope. So beyond that, excuse me, I cannot explain. You have to remember many things here. I have explained. That is, Trikone lords are always favorable. Kendra lords and Trik lords, including the second lord, are impartial, means neutral. Trishadaya lords are always unfavorable and inauspicious. This thing, if you can remember, you will remember the other points also. No problem. Everything is written in front of you. Just give a pause and note down. I have given point wise. Just give a pause to the video and note down. It is not that difficult. If you are interested to learn astrology, that much of pain you have to take. So, let us conclude for the day. Let us call it a day. I am Akool, Astrological Author, Analyst, Researcher, Philosopher, and Teacher. My YouTube channel name is Akool Saral Jyotish, Astrology Simplified. I have a small website also. The name of this website is www.vaishnavamata.astrology.com. Vaishnavamata Astrology, single word. Vaishnavamata Astrology, single word.com. Here I have typed it also. You can have a look. If you are interested, you can visit the website also. It is my website. It is my identity. My website is my identity automatically. So it is my identity. Besides, my identity as Akool Saral Jyotish, owner of the Akool Saral Jyotish Astrology Simplified YouTube channel. And I always appear with my face in front of you. So it is also an identity. So let us call it a day. Let us say bye bye and meet tomorrow. If you have liked the channel, if you have liked the video, give a liking. If you have disliked the video, you give a disliking. If you have any doubt, then please comment. I will reply. And if you liked my channel overall, subscribe to the channel. You will get notification about my videos. Thanks. See you again. Bye bye.